You to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Zach.
I'm Emily.
Good to see you
Hi.
guys again.
Hi.
So tell us, when you joined Fit Together, what outcomes were you after?
I think honestly, just wanting to get more consistently back in the gym. I mean, we have a home gym in our garage, so we really have no excuse not to be consistent. But actually having a program and something to like work towards and work towards together was really our reason for trying this out.
I don't think I could have said that better.
Yeah. So what would that mean to you as far as like when you first joined, like what were you thinking that would mean for you if you were to accomplish that, like getting consistent?
Getting on a steady workout regimen where, we're saying we're going to work out 3 days a week. And so that is what we do, whether it's on the exact day wasn't so much a big thing for us, but just the fact that we were, setting a goal of X amount of days per week and then being held accountable and having to follow up on that, but also improving our diet and getting better on a diet scale and not eating out quite so much and more home cooked foods.
Yes.
Cool. I'm just curious if you have any takeaways, a couple of takeaways each that you've taken from the Fit Together program.
I would say I definitely just work better when there's accountability involved. It's one thing to say like, oh yeah, I'm going to work out 3 times a week and like, go me for doing that. But then things get busy, life happens, especially if you are not like, for example, I tried to work out in the morning versus the afternoon, because inevitably if you wait till the afternoon, anything and everything could come up between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. And then, oh, I guess I don't get to work out today. So just having that check-in with each other and also with you was super helpful.
And also since it's my first time having programming done for me, but being able to run into an issue like with my knee and squatting, but then for you to be able to prescribe things that are helping me, improve upon that and make it essentially less painful to, have to bend my knee and that type of thing. Because typically if I ran into that kind of problem while, just doing it myself at home or, going to 24-hour fitness or something like that, I'd run into the problem. And for me, it would be like a brick wall because I wouldn't know what kind of solution there would be to it. But you guys had solutions and were ready to program them for me, things that I could have never really figured out on my own.
Yeah.
That's such a good one. Course correction is a big part of coaching.
Yeah. Course correction and accountability. I think you guys kind of nailed 2 things on the head that we really, we have coaches as well, like
Yes.
still have nutrition coaches and fitness coaches and business coaches and like every little niche that we're involved in that we're really trying to stay accountable to. It really makes a big difference when someone's there to not just help you show up, but also to help you pivot in those little ways instead of getting stuck. So yeah, I think you guys nailed it.
So since being private clients of Fit Together, what kinds of results have you achieved?
I think that we have better communication, I would say, in our relationship based on the homework aspect of the Fit Together. For an example, one of my asks of her was to watch the final episode of the new Game of Thrones series because it had been, I watched it the night that it aired because I think she was out, with friends or something like that. She was preoccupied at the time. And I knew that our schedules weren't aligning for the next couple of days. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to get it spoiled. I'm going to watch it tonight. But I kept pestering her, let's watch it. Let's watch it. And she was like, no, I don't really want to. And then I said, one of my asks is let's, do this. And then sure enough, we watched it, shortly after.
I love that your ask was me to watch Game of Thrones.
Well, it's supposed to be a small
whatever
ask.
you
I thought that
want.
It
was
is supposed to be a small ask.
I love that you brought that up because the connection component of this program is something that we are really passionate about and look forward to continuing to develop for people. So it's very cool that you would bring that up. So I'm going to say a couple of sentences here, and I want you to try to finish the sentence for me. Cool.
Mhm.
We nearly didn't become Fit Together clients because. I'm wondering if you had any stumbling blocks or any resistance to the program.
Uh, Nothing into your program in particular, but again, I've never had programming done in general. So if there was resistance, it would probably be on my end, just of it being a new experience for me completely over the board and just being hesitant to like, get into having somebody program routines for me. But yeah, nothing like in particular that would be resistant about your program.
Legitimate.
So I'm going to flip that on its head a little bit and say my favorite thing about working with Fit Together is.
Probably the direct communication with you guys and how
Yeah.
quickly you are to follow up if we send you a message, or how easy it is to work, with scheduling. Like this interview that we're having, or, not interview, this conversation that we're having right now, like the day that we were originally supposed to have it happen, like an emergency came up and last second we had to cancel on you guys, but
Sorry.
totally fine to work with schedules. Like that's
Yeah.
awesome in my opinion.
Flexibility is super, and also just being a constant resource. Like he was kind of saying, when he was having knee pain or things were going on during the workout, we could literally like message you while we were working out and you could get back to us usually within the same time that we were working out to like help with kind of substitutions or just further guidance other than just, figure it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, having you guys as a constant resource to communicate with during the programming. I feel like a lot of people probably hesitate to like go the personal training route because of the expense and because also of the time commitment that it takes. But having programming through you guys, we literally, like I said at the beginning, we have no excuses. Our gym is in our garage.
Yeah.
Like all we have to do is walk outside, and having you there without having to physically be there is super helpful and can really work like flexibility wise with the scheduling.
Mhm.
Oh, that's so great. I love hearing that. We also have a home gym, so we understand that pressure and also the struggle.
It kind of is pressure. It like adds a little bit of like a layer of guilt a little bit. Because I'm like, I literally don't have any excuse besides I don't want to.
Right.
Or it's just too many steps away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who would you recommend Fit Together for and why?
I would say probably me. I'm honing in on a very particular person. My best friend Justin and his girlfriend Ashley would probably love this.
They would
They're
probably love this.
fit, active people. She's very loves her Peloton, and he, likes doing weights, and he does a lot of like marathon running stuff, but they don't have anything really that, to my understanding, they can mesh together with each other, even though they're both active people. So I think that would definitely help bridge the gap for them and be able to they're both passionate about exercise, but it'll give them something that they can truly do together that they both enjoy.
What do you
Okay,
think, Emily?
I was gonna go a more general route.
Yeah, that's great.
We'll take them
And
both.
kind of speak to what I was just saying a little bit ago, which is anybody who has trouble with getting workouts into their busy schedule, this is perfect for them. You can pick and choose too, like which parts of the programming you want to do. For example, like if there was a lengthier workout, I would do, okay, I'm going to do half of it now. And then tomorrow, which I wasn't originally planning to work out, I'll do the other half because I have that time today and that time tomorrow. Maybe I don't have the full time. So just, it really is flexible in how you can take it into bite-sized pieces and get it accomplished. And then, like I said, not having to physically go anywhere definitely helps with the time and scheduling piece. I would say our biggest, like, I don't know, not bummer necessarily, but I really wanted this to be a thing where we always did the workouts together, and that was just unfortunately not super realistic. One reason being I prefer to work out in the morning and he leaves for work at 6 a.m. I'm not going to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning to work out. So then I was waiting until the afternoon to work out. But like I said, anything can happen between 6 and 6. And it just didn't ever really seem to fully fall into place the way I wanted it to.
Yeah.
But we could at least get our weekend workout together.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. And I know you guys, since you were following similar programming too, at least you guys could communicate a little bit about it. Like even if you didn't get to physically do it together.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to chat with us today. Is there anything else that you just wanted to mention or say while we're on the call?
Did you tell them about the couples exercise miscommunication?
Oh.
Okay, I have a funny story. Okay, so when I first was telling Zach about this, I was telling him about like the key components of what would be involved, that there'd be like some
yeah.
new
Now I know what you're talking about.
some like workouts that we would be doing together with the same programming and just some nutrition guidance, but then there would be like couples exercise once a week. And he was like, yeah, okay, I'm totally on board. That sounds good. And then when we got our first like homework assignment at the end of the first week, which was like a couples exercise, not a workout. He was like, exercise and workout was used interchangeably in his mind. He was like, wait, we have to do like a therapy exercise. And I was like, yeah, couples exercise. That's what I definitely told you about this. And he's like, I thought it was just a workout. So I just thought it was funny. He didn't quite know what he was fully signing up for.
Right. Well, it sounds like you were convincing regardless.
I was
Yes.
convincing, and I found that the exercises were very fun.
Yeah, they were.
Good.
Yeah, good. Well, I think it's kind of ironic given that story that Zach, you brought up like the communication improvement situation as being something that you took away from it. So
Right.
I think that's very cool. And actually I was the same way with the 5 touch points for me. When we first started doing them, I thought it was really cool like the first time. And then after about 3 weeks, I'm like, we're doing this again. Like, would we have to kind of,
Yeah.
there's a little resistance there, But after a few months, I found that I was the one that bringing up all the time and making sure that we don't miss it every week to do those 5 touch point questions. So
Do you do it at the same time every week?
we try to do it every Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, Sunday we try to take off of as many obligations as possible.
Yeah. But that's just sort of a arbitrary deadline that we gave ourselves to make sure that we're sticking with it, because we don't want to be one of those couples that's like 15 years down the road, kind of hardly know each other anymore, because you just kind of get lazy with like the relationship when life is so busy. So it's nice to just have those touch points where you actually just sit down and you have these intentional questions and communication with each other. So, well, cool. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording.
You're gonna unrecord us?